Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I thought it was about time I did a Wolves update for you guys out there. And listen, there are lots of rumours that are flying about Wolves and potential things. So I thought I'd have a look at 5 of those rumours that I think, well, may be true. So, number 1. Everybody wants to know what the kit is going to be. Loads of clubs have released their kits. Wolves haven't released their kit. Check out my vlog, by the way, that I did in the card above on some potential concept kits. Have a look through those if you've not actually seen it. Obviously the new kit's going to come out with a new sponsor, and there have been some leaked kits online which I will put up for you. One's the home kit. As you can see, it's folded over. It's got the stripes down the side, and it's got the little flip over on the collar. That looks like it may be a twist on the Adidas standard kits from this year, which is the Tiro 19. And the away kit, it's been widely mooted that we're going to go black this year. And there's also obviously someone there with a black kit, and it's got sort of the gold stripes across, and it's got the stripes on the Adidas stripes on the top of the shoulders. The home kit's down the side, and that one actually looks as if it might be a twist on the Campion 19 when they've taken off that, but they're not exactly like the Adidas standard kits form. There's a little bit of twist, but as I said in a previous video, I think the original concepts that Wolves were given, they weren't particularly happy with, so hopefully there's been some development on that. So what do you think? You can't really see a lot from those, can you? Wolves have quickly followed up by saying that on Thursday the 4th of July at 9 AM they're going to announce the kits, and then we'll obviously see what they really are. This here, what I'm putting on for you now, I found this online, and this is a mock-up of what it actually might look like, actually when it's all dressed up. It's well done for whoever's done that mock-up. What do you think of both the gold and the black kits? Wolves are actually doing, you can actually go to the mega store on the 9th, which is Tuesday the 9th, from between 6 and 10, and you can actually get the kits, and I think some of the players may be there. They did a launch similar to that last year, but that was in the Manda Centre. So that's one rumour that we think may be true. However, what if this is all a double bluff by Wolves and they've leaked the leak themselves to put people right off, and then the kits are going to be something different? That would be quite an interesting tweak, because there's always a kit leaked. So maybe they've gone, we'll leak a kit. But I think it probably is going to be these kits, but you never know. Rumour number 2 is about Mexican centre-back Edison Alvarez, currently playing for Mexico alongside Wolves striker Raúl Jiménez over for Mexico in the Gold Cup. Now, the rumours are being confirmed by a Mexican, high-profile Mexican columnist whose name is Francisco Tidor or something like that. Very well respected journalist who's basically saying that the 21-year-old has already agreed terms with Wolves, and that subject to him not getting injured in the Gold Cup and that being completed, the move will go through. Now, the Gold Cup final, which Mexico are currently taking part in, is on July the 8th. Mexico are one of the favourites to win this, so we'd have to wait until July the 8th. And after that, but he's reportedly being said that he will come straight to England once that's finished to sign on for Wolves. He's currently playing for Club America, which is where Raúl Jiménez started. And the interesting thing, he is a right centre-back, and that's probably the position that Wolves want to strengthen in the defence the most, with Willy Bolly playing on the left, Connor Cody in the middle, and Ryan Bennett, who's been very reliable. They've tried a few permutations at right back of the centre-backs, and he would fill in and fit into that. I don't think Ryan Bennett will be going anywhere. I think he's still very, very useful for Wolves, and he's accomplice, and we've looked very assured. But that is one area that Wolves will definitely look to strengthen. Number 3, this is been very widely mooted about Costa potentially moving out, and that Leeds and potentially Villa, but mainly Leeds, have been very, very keen to sign the services of Costa. There seems to be ongoing discussions about this. Wolves, I think, would want to make the transfer permanent. Leeds are more wanting to go for the loan option. And the latest development seems that there's going to be about a 2 million fee with an option for Leeds to buy Helder, or a compulsion for Leeds to buy Helder. That hasn't gone through yet, but it's looking likely that Helder Costa, much loved by Wolves fans, didn't have a great season last year. Seems to be the one that will be moved out. So we'll keep tabs on that one. Already, Courtney House has left Wolves for £3 million to go to Aston Villa, and Wolves have also, as you know, transferred our sponsor over to Villa as well. And as I say, Villa are also in for Helder Costa, so we know that Villa want to be Wolves. But yeah, we'll see what develops with that one. Whilst we're on to transfers, Wolves have actually signed NY, or NYA, however you spell it. He was basically PSG's under-19 captain, and he's been signed, and I think he's going into the under-23s. That brings us on to the overall transfer plans for Wolves during the summer. Obviously, it's been really quiet from Wolves. We've got the Europa League, which I'll come on to in a little bit. But this time last year, Wolves had already made some signings, but it's been Wolves players, well, some of them have gone back into pre-season training for their fitness and all that sort of jazz. I'll come on to that again in a minute as well. But in terms of play, Kevin Thelwell has spoken, and he's basically said that he doesn't expect a great deal of outgoings or a great deal of incomings. Wolves are quite happy with the squad. They just want to develop it slowly. And they're looking to bring in 2, maybe 3 major key signings to strengthen, not a host of signings, which is likely to be the aforementioned defender, a quality striker to back up Raul Jimenez, because there's a lot on his shoulders, and potentially maybe another midfielder. They are already been announced that they're investing heavily into the academy, young players to bring them through into the Wolves system, and that we also know that Nuno very much likes a tight-knit squad of around about 18 main players in the first team, supplemented by up-and-coming under-23s that are going to give their chance. I think, you know, we'll see more and Morgan Gibbs-White coming through this year, Niall Ennis, Bright Enabakari. He's got 1 year left on his contract. Coventry want to buy him for 600,000. I think Wolves want to keep him. I think a lot of those will be involved in the Europa League qualifying. And the one thing that does worry me, and I think it does worry all Wolves supporters, it's great that we've got a really tight-knit squad, quality players, and we haven't got like loads of hangers on and stuff like that. Big squad, should we say, that people knocking on the door and getting frustrated. That's brilliant as long as we don't get a major set of injuries. Wolves, obviously the different dynamics this year is they've got the Europa League, they're going to the Asia Trophy in China, and we've got a lot more matches Thursday, Sunday. Will that put a strain on a small squad? They seem quite content and comfortable, Wolves, so you've got to trust that they know what they're doing. But the worry is if we do get some injuries, that could really hurt us and cost us. So we just have to have faith. I mean, the Wolves physio team have done a remarkable job in the last 2 years. So we'll see how that goes. Rumour number 4, onto the Europa League. Obviously, it's come out that AC Milan have actually agreed with UEFA to withdraw or be moved out of the Europa League, which has meant that AS Roma has moved up into their place in the group stages, and Torino has moved up into the Roma spot. How does this affect Wolves? Well, it does, because if Wolves get through to the playoff game, which is the game before the actual group stages, it means that it looks likely that Wolves will now be seeded, which is good for Wolves in that round, which will give us a better chance of getting into the group stages. So I think that's likely to happen as well. I'm going to come on at the end to a few other things which I want to talk about, but rumour number 5, not so spectacular maybe, but that Wolves are looking to build a hotel. this will be part of developing Molineux, and it's a good idea because it will mean that Wolves have more conference facilities. It will help fans stay overnight home and away. They'll be able to do a lot more. It brings in revenue into the club, and that's looking at like if they can get it sorted with all the other partners, including the council, on a car park, which I'll put up there for you. That will bring in more revenue for the club, and that's how they're thinking. There's a lot of clubs that have gone down the hotel route, and it means, because obviously as a business, football used to be Saturday or a Sunday or whatever, we used to play one day a week, and it's now more 7 days of revenue, and different ideas are coming in. So that one's probably likely to happen in conjunction with the development of the stadium, so look out for that. Just moving on to a couple of other things. It has been announced that Wolves will be going to St George's, I think from this week coming up, which would be basically great facilities, and it's all preparation for them going to the Asia tour. We know that they're back in training. The Portuguese contingent players that have been involved in the international matches have not yet come back, although I did see an Instagram post, I think it was from Neves, and it looks as if he was back home in Wolverhampton, so maybe they're starting back next week. You know, the likes of Patricio, Neves, Jota, Moutinho, who looks like he's still away on holiday, they were all involved in the, whatever it's called, trophy that England got knocked out of by the Netherlands in Portugal. So they've had less of a break, and Wolves will obviously make sure that they've had a break, and they will be back maybe next week or towards the end of next week. I'm not really sure, but they're not back yet. The likes of Raul Jimenez, he's involved heavily in the Gold Cup with Mexico. That doesn't complete until the 8th of July. So you can't see that he's going to be joining up with Wolves in the Asia Trophy, which is the following week. And Wolves will want to give him a break. The same for Romain Saïss, who's involved with Morocco over there in the African Nations Cup. So those players, I think, will be coming back a lot later, because they will need a break and refresh and a break, because they've not had any break from football. And one other little thing is Glastonbury's on this week, and it seems that Wolves fans are everywhere because they're taking over Glastonbury. And if you have a look at this picture, you can see loads of Wolves flags flying in the crowd, and that's brilliant to see as well. Wolves and proud. Leave your comments on what you think about all of these things. The kit, Edison Alvarez, Helder Costa, Europa League, hotel, and what you feel about Wolves' recruitment strategy. All of those things, lots to talk about. Leave your comments below. Anything else you want me to have a look at, look into, leave your comments below. Please smash a like on the video, because it takes a lot of time to put these together for you. Feel free to share where you want. Hopefully you've already subscribed. If you have, click the bell, because you'll always be first to be notified of any of my uploads. And if you're new around here, why not stick around and come back and see some more stuff and subscribe to my channel. Hope you've enjoyed this vlog. Really excited. How are you feeling about the content? Are you missing the football? I know I am. And I'll see you on the next one. Until then, I'm Dazzling Dave.